Can we start once again? Everyone? Now, so before break we are doing Index 24. We have done para 9A, relationship between reporting entity and person. Now, para 9B, relationship between reporting entity and other entity. Correct? Now there are how many subpara? 8 subpara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? Now, first is what? The entity and reporting entity are member of same group. When we say group, group include what? Parent and subsidiary. It does not include associate and joint venture. So when we say group, group means what? Parent and subsidiaries means if suppose this is parent company has one subsidiaries, second subsidiary, third subsidiary, this has what? Another subsidiary. Are you getting? This might have many subsidiaries like this. So this is one group and all entities are related to each other. All entities are related to each other. Correct? So this is parent, this is subsidiaries. These are known as fellow subsidiaries. Means whenever two subsidiaries has a common parent company, they are known as what? Fellow subsidiaries. So fellow subsidiaries are also related to each other. Are also related to each other. Correct? Means I will say in a group all entities are related to each other. Correct? Very easy. Yes, sir. Very easy. Then second point is what? One entity is an associate or joint venture of other entity. One entity is an associate or joint venture of other entity or a member of group of which other entity is also a member. Understood? One second. One entity is an associate or joint venture of other entity or member of a group of member of group of which other entity is also a member. Means what they want to say. Suppose this is parent, this is subsidiaries. Correct? So they are a part of one group. Okay. This has one associate, associate one, and they have one joint venture one. Correct? And they have what? Subsidiaries has associate two and joint venture two. Okay. So these P and S are related to each other as per para 9B1. As per para 9B1. The question arises whether A1 is related to P. Yes, as per para 9B2. Where joint venture is related to P. Yes, as per 9B2. Whether A2 is related to P. Whether A2 is related to P. Yes, as per para 9B2. See, this joint venture is also related to P. Are you getting what I am saying? Means what they want to say once again. One entity is an associate or joint venture of other entity or member of group of which other entity is also a member. Means any associate or joint venture of one entity of which this entity is also member of that group. So this associate and joint venture will be also related to P and this associate and joint venture will be related to this subsidiary company. Correct? Understood? Means if I say in this way, correct? Whether this associate and joint venture are related, this is not covered in 9B1 and 9B2. Correct? So that might be covered in some other para. Correct? You need to understand which para. Are you able to understand one second? Para number is important. You will say P and S are related, they will not give marks. You write down P and S are related as per para 9B1. P and A1 are related, but as per para 9B2, that you need to write down in exam. Correct? What is para 9B3? Both entities are joint venture of same third party. Both entities are joint venture of same third party. Means if this is parent, have two joint venture 1 and joint venture 2. So these are related to each other. Means joint venture 1 and joint venture 2 are related to each other as per para 9B3. These are related to each other as per para 9B 2. This is related to each other as per para 9b 2. Understood? Correct? Have you understood? Means two joint ventures, if they are joint venture of same third party, will be related to each other. Will be related to each other. Similarly, point number 4, what they are saying, one entity is a joint venture of third party and other entity is an associate of third party. Associate of third party means, if I say in this way, कि parent has one joint venture, one associate and one common entity is there. So these two are also related party. These two are also related party. But as per 9b 4, as per 9b4, the joint venture associate of same body will be related to each other. Will be related to each other. Correct? And this will be related as per 9b2. This will be related as per 9b2. Have you understood? Correct? So we have done 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you understood 1, 2, 3, 4? Let us take one example and you will explain me as per which para. As per which para. Parent company has one subsidiary, subsidiary 1. Correct? Has this subsidiary 1 has one subsidiary. Means this subsidiary 1 is a parent of subsidiary 2. It means subsidiary 1 is a parent of subsidiary 2. Correct? This parent has A1 joint venture 1. Correct? This is what? A2. This is joint venture 2. This is what? This is joint venture 2. Joint venture 3. They have associate 2 and associate 3. Have you understood this example? Correct? Now let us understand which entity is related to which entity as per which para. As per which para. So I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 entity I have given. So I am writing P, S1, S2. Correct? Then I have given you A1, JV1, JV2, JV3, A2, A3. Correct? Now, for parent company, means parent company is reporting entity. Batao, parent and S1, whether they are related, as per which para? Give me 1, 2. 9b is common. 1, 2, 3, what? 1. 1. S2, 1. A1, A1, 2. JB1, 2. JB2, JB2P and JB2. As per what? Whether they are related? Huh? Yes, as per para 2. JB3, 2. A2, 2. A3, 2. Understood? Any doubt? Then about S. If S is reporting entity, but the SMP are related. SMP as per, then S2, बोलो ना रे, 1, A1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Are you able to understand? ठीक है. S3, S2. Whether S2 and P are related, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. ठीक है, अब मजा आएगा. अभी तो ओके. Now let us come to JB1. Now JB1 is reporting entity. Means now you are thinking from JB1 point of view. The JB1 and P are related. As per which para? 2. JB1 and S1 related? 2. JB1 and S2 related? Yes, two. Means the relationship is always two-way. Huh? If I am related to my wife, the wife is also related to me. Can I say I am related to my wife is not related to me? It's not possible. Correct? Not possible. JB1 and A1 as per which para? 4. Think and say marks deducted. Huh? Marks deducted. 4. If you are adding 9 with 3, 0 marks. And if you are not writing 9 by 3, then also 0 marks. And 9 before also you are not writing, then also 0 marks. Right para, but correct para. Dekho, all are related to each other. If you are all are related to each other, whether they will give marks, they will not give marks. JB1 and JB2, whether they are related. JB1 and JB2, huh? JB1 and JB2, अरे देखते हैं where these and these are related. अरे डायग्राम you have not drawn diagram और तभी नहीं समझ में नालायक. मतलब you think you are super power ना, super power. Everything you can understand by watching movie only. You are watching movie, मजा आ रहा है. A diagram I am drawing, I am chartered accountant, you are a student, you should draw ना. देखो, अरे very good question. One example cover all the points. It is well helpful for example. One example to cover all the points. 4 points covered. You what you think? By reading you can answer in exam. No, re, final level. By अच्छा we have written 8 point will answer in exam. चमत्कार होगा. No chamatkar. Huh? You need to understand each and every point. What do you think? If I'll do 8 point, can you write down in exam? Impossible. In exam, it is not only one chapter. You have 8 subject in your mind in FR paper. You know, 8 subject. FR is the first paper, na. So in first day, you have 8 subject in your mind. And will you retain Indians 24 that time? 8 points? Not possible. It means think conceptually. Try to link each everything. Then only conceptual clarity will come. Now, अभी बना लिए? Now think and say, हाँ? बताओ. JB1 and JB2, whether they are related? Yes or no? Yes or no? No, they are not related. NRP. NRP means not related party. Under no para. Under no para. They should have common entity. हाँ? JB1 and JB2 has no common entity. ठीक है? बताओ. JB1 and JB3, NRP, NRP, NRP. Understood? Not related party. ठीक है? Then JB2, मतलब P, JB2 and P, 2, 2, 2. JB2 and A1, NRP, NRP. JB2 and JB3, as per our para, 9B3. JB2 and A2, JB2 and A2, NRP, NRP. Correct? Understood? Then JB3 you can do, JB4 you can do. JB4 I have not given. I'll directly come to A2 now. A2. A2 and P, 2, 2, 2. Correct? A2 and A1, NRP, 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 NRP. A2 and A3, A2 and A3, A2 and A3, NRP? Very good. If you are saying NRP means you understood. This is danger in exam. Danger. This is danger. Means these two are related. These two are related. But this is not related. Not related. Understood? Why? I will explain. But revision class में वो भी explain करूँ. I will explain, don't worry. Means in exam there is a high chances you forget this point. If you are not conceptually clear. Means you read only 1 to 8. High chances you will see it is related. But what is the rule समझेंगे? Suppose A limited has what? One S1 and S2. These are related party. As per 1, ठीक है, A. If they have what? S1 and joint venture. These are also related as per 2. Related party as per 2. If this has S1 and A associate. These are also related as per what? 2. If they have what? Joint venture and joint venture. These are also related as per 3. If they have what? Joint venture and associate. Joint venture and associate. These are also related as per 4. But A limited लिखता है. If they have associate and associate, these are not related. Means you can see this is control control. This is control joint control. This is control significant influence. This is joint control joint control. This is joint control significant influence. This is what? Significant influence significant influence. Means you can see what is the common in these 5. Ki one entity is controlled or jointly controlled by what? That this entity A limited. Then relationship will be created. But here A limited neither control nor joint control these, but a relationship will not be created. Because control means what? Decision making power. Then relationship might be created. Significant influence means decision making power is not there. There is no decision making power. Means A limited can influence A. A limited can influence A. But this cannot influence each other. This cannot influence each other. Are you getting what I am saying? This cannot influence each other. Are you able to understand? Correct. If there is a control one, so influence can be there. Influence can be there. This is the conclusion. I think you have understood. So we have done para 9b 1 2 3 4. 4 किया. अभी 4 are left. 4 are left. Now point number 5. The entity is a post-employment benefit plan. Where we have done post-employment benefit plan? Ind AS 19. Means this is as per Ind AS 19. For the benefit of employee of either reporting entity or the entity related to what? Reporting entity. Means what they want to say. If suppose there is one X limited, so for their employee, we have one post-employment benefit plan. Means this is separate entity where the amount is contributed. Correct. Suppose this is what? A limited. Correct. So these two are related to each other. As per para 9b5. Okay. Now X limited control Y limited. So Y limited, these are related as per 9b1. This is 9b5. Correct. And they have what? One post-employment benefit plan. Suppose B limited. So Y limited and B limited are also related as per 9b5. Understood? Now the question is that whether these and these are related. And whether these are related. Understood what I am saying? Well, this will be also related. 9b5 and 9b5. Let us check the once check the para. What they have said. The entity is a post-employment benefit plan for the benefit of employee of reporting entity or an entity which is related to what? Reporting entity. Means any post-employment benefit plan of related party is also related to me. So can I say if, where is the diagram? Y limited is related, the post-employment benefit plan of Y limited is also related to X limited, and similarly this A limited will be related to what? Y limited. But whether these are limited, where these are related, where these are related, no. Until unless they are covered under some other para. These are not related. So A limited and B limited are not related until unless they are covered under some other para. Understood this point? Correct? Yes, sir. We have understood. Correct. Point number 5 also understood. Point number 6 and point number 7 is interesting. Point number 6 and point number 7 is interesting. However, I will do together that point so that confusion is not there. Okay. Because both are related. The point number 6 and point number 7 are related to each other. Entities controlled or jointly controlled by a person identified in para 9a above. 9a. Para 9a, 9a1, 9a2, 9a3. Correct? So entities controlled or jointly controlled by a person identified in para 9a1, 9a2, 9a3. Understood? Then I will read point number 7 also, so that I can give common example for these two. Otherwise confusion will come. A person identified in para 9a1. 9a1 means control or joint control. A person identified in para 9a1 has significant influence over one entity or is a member of KMP of entity or of parent of that entity. Oh my God. Correct? Let us combine these two and make one conclusion. Conclusion will be very easy. Okay? Means, suppose X limited is one entity. Are you agree? और ऐसे कर लेते हैं. Make it Ram, Mr. Ram is a person. Now Mr. Ram control X limited and also control Y limited. These are related party. Done. Mr. Ram control X limited and jointly control Y limited. These are also related party. Two-way relationship. Both are related to each other. This is covered under para 9a1. Means X limited and Ram are related as per para 9a1. This is also 9a1. But this is 9b6 and 7. Understood? This is 9b6. Correct? This is also 9b6. Are you able to understand? These are as per para 9a. Understood? Then Ram control X, significant influence Y. They are related to each other. Related party. Correct? Ram, joint control, significant influence, XY. They are also related party. Correct? Understood? Ram, joint control, X and Y. These are also related party. I'm just giving you all the case. Then I will give you how to understand in exam. Okay. Then Ram, significant influence, significant influence. These are not related party. Understood why? Because control is missing. Control is missing. Ram, control, KMP, X and Y. These are related party. Understood? Ram, joint control, KMP. These are related party. Control is there. Okay. Ram, significant influence, KMP. But whether these are related party? Huh? These are not related party. Ram, KMP and KMP. Means Ram is a common KMP of what? X and Y. Whether these are related party? These are not related party. This is the conclusion of 6 and 7. Para 9b6 and 9b7. Entire conclusion I have given. Only one thing you remember, if control is missing in that two or joint control is missing, they cannot be related party. Means you can see this is not control, this is not control. Correct now? यहाँ पर control is there, तो related party. Control is there, related party. No control, not related party. Control, related party. Control is there, 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 related party. Understood? Correct? Either under para 9b6 or 9b7, if you read once again, you will understand. Both are related to each other. These para are related. So what 9b6, that entities controlled or jointly controlled by a person identified in para 9a. Correct? Second is what? A person identified in para 9b1. 9b1 is control or joint control? Sorry, 9a1. A person identified in para 9a1 means control and joint control has significant influence over other entity or is a KMP of other entity or parent of or is a KMP of parent of other entity. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Last point 8. The entity or member of group of which it is a part. Means this point number 8, you will understand they have not left anyone. Means you do transaction will make you related party. Correct now? The entity or a member of group of which it is a part. Member of group means they are subsidiaries of parent company. Provide key managerial services to reporting entity or parent of reporting entity. Means sometime what happen, just try to understand. X Limited is one company. They will appoint Y Limited and Y Limited will provide key managerial services. Means this Y Limited is not person, this is entity. Means one entity will provide managerial services to other entity. This was not covered under AS 18. This will be also related party. Of course, no, it should be. If Ram is KMP, Ram is related, so this will be also related. Means either I will appoint person who will manage me, or I will appoint one entity whose board of directors will manage me. Are you getting what I am saying? So if Y Limited provide KMP related services to X Limited, both are related. Not only Y Limited, their subsidiaries, means this group will be also related. Means, if you see the wording, what is the wording? One second, I will read. An entity or any member of group of which it is a part, means any subsidiary and parent of that entity. So the entity which provide key managerial services to reporting entity or parent of reporting entity will be related party. So if I say it like this, key, this is parent company, X Limited provide key managerial services and parent company has one subsidiary company. Correct. But whether X Limited and S Limited are related? X Limited and S Limited are related? Yes or no? Yes. Because X Limited provide key managerial services to parent of what? S Limited. So S Limited and X Limited are also related. Okay. Let us write down Y Limited. Y Limited provide what? Key managerial services to S Limited. Whether S Limited and Y Limited are related? Whether S Limited and Y Limited are related? Yes, they provide key managerial services. But whether Y Limited and P are related? No. Why? Because Y Limited provide key managerial services to subsidiary of what? P Limited. So they are not related. They are not related. So X and S Limited are related, but Y and P are not related. Y and P are not related. Thora confusion hai. So if you read it, you will not understand. Till you understand what actually it is. When we read now, we think we have understood, but actually we don't understood that time. And in exam, if questions come, then of course we'll be in difficult situation. One mistake, 0 marks. One thing is clear, question will be from SM. 90% question will be from SM. Acha, one fact I am saying, everyone is doing study material. There is no final student who is not practicing SM. Correct? Have you seen any final student who is not doing the question from SM? RTP also they are doing, MTP also they are doing, MTP model test paper. Have you seen any student who is not doing and going to exam? Very rare. They are not a student then, I will say, if they are not doing. Correct? Last time in FR, 100% question, not 90%, were from SM. 100% question. And without any modification, only they change the amount and the name of the entity. That is not modification. Huh? 10 lakh become 20 lakh, that is a modification. X Limited ko bana diya Pawan Limited, so whether that is a modification? No. Means information was dot to dot. But simple question paper or complicated question paper? You say. अरे बोलो ना. Simple exam, complicated exam. Complicated exam. अरे कुछ तो बोलो. 100% question from SM and RTP. But a simple exam, complicated exam. Simple exam. तो बताओ CA is simple or complicated? कुछ बोलते नहीं हो. CA is simple or very simple? तो जोर से बोलो. Simple or very simple? But then also students are not able to score more than 60. What is myth behind this? Understand why? Because they are only doing question without understanding the concept. We are doing question, we are understanding when we are doing acha, this is this, this is this, this is this. In exam goal ho gaya. What is that? Acha. So when you are doing only solution without understanding the concept, in exam you will not be able to retain. Even though you have done 3 times SM. And one mistake, it will affect entire solution. They will give anda. Anda, bada wala. Understood? तो प्लीज दिस टाइप ऑफ स्टडीज अगर होगा तो यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू स्कोर 60, 50, 40 ऐसा मार्क्स आएगा. But can I say if the question is from SM, it is just simple as class 12 exam, where some set of question was given and question used to be asked from that only. 11, 12, 10th ऐसे ही था. And we used to score 90 plus there. अरे बोलना yes or no? In class 2, how many of you score 90 plus? अच्छा 80 plus? Now no one will raise hand. छोड़. 70 plus? 0 plus? Now also not raising hand. Means you are not interested only. चलो ठीक है. Understood. Now this 1 to 8 question will come from means para 9A1. Para 9A or 9B. Question will come from that only. But if they ask question from balance part, then so we should cover it. Okay. So 90% question will be coming from this topic. But let us do in fast the other part. Excluded from the purview of a related party relationship means it seems they are related party, but they are not related party. Understood? So they have given some relationship and they are saying these are not related party. Be careful. Be careful. What? Two entities are not related parties simply because they have common director, common KMP. Already we have done. So Ram is the director of two companies. Whether that entities are related, not related. Okay? Two entities are not related parties simply because member of KMP of one entity has significant influence over other entity. I have done that. They are not related. It seems they are related, but they are not related. So they are also giving clarification. Correct? Two joint ventures. This is super dhoka in exam. I will just create one example. If you do not understand this relationship, you will give me wrong answer. But now to you will say not related only. Okay? But what is the question? X limited and Y limited has a common joint venture. Means X limited, Y limited are co-venturer. So whether these are related, it seems they are related, but these are not related. Until they are covered under some other para. So simply because they have common joint venture, they are not related. These are related, these are related. Understood? This is RP, this is RP, but this question they will ask in exam. This question is going to be asked in exam because confusion is there. Two joint venturer or co-venture are not related simply because they share a common joint venture. They can be related party if covered under some other para. Provider of finance, bank, trade union, public utility companies, government department might influence you, but they are not related party. They are giving a clarification. They are giving a clarification. Single customer, single supplier, franchisee, agent, distributor. It might happen if I have one customer, I am totally dependent on them. Then also we are not related. Then also we are not related. Okay? Related party transaction. Related party transaction is a transfer of. It is a transfer of. Transaction is a transfer of resource, service, obligation. Means any transfer of resource, any transfer of service, any transfer of obligation between a reporting entity and related party, regardless whether a price has been charged or not charged. Not charged. For example, everyone. For example, parent company, subsidiary company. Parent company provide one services to service entity. Subsidiary company. Correct. At free of cost. No consideration. So there is no receivable, no payable. If there is no receivable, no payable, no journal entry, means this transaction is not recorded. This transaction is not recorded in the books of account. It means no amount is coming in the balance sheet as receivable, no income, no expense. Correct. Even though this will be a related party transaction, a disclosure is required. A disclosure is required. even though whether price has been charged or not charged, whether it has been recorded or not recorded, whether the price is adequate or inadequate, that will become a related party transaction. One more point, everyone. Suppose at this point of we obtain control over one entity, and at this point of time there was loss of control. Means we sold entire shares. We purchased 60%, then we sold 60%. It means on reporting date, there was no relationship. Understood? On reporting date, so there is no subsidiary. Control lost. Have you understood? My question to you all, for this year, whether suppose X is parent company, Y is a subsidiary company, for this period, whether they will be related party? Yes, they will be related party. Correct? At any point of time relationship exists. For this year, they will become related party. Correct? Now, one transaction was done यहाँ पर, one transaction was done यहाँ पर, one transaction was done यहाँ पर. Means during the year 3 transaction was done. But which is related party transaction? 1, 2, 3. 2 is related party transaction. This is not related party transaction. This is not related party transaction. So we require disclosure of only this point. Correct? Yes, sir. Understood. Okay? Disclosure. Can I say the chapter name is related party disclosure? So disclosure is important. They can ask question from disclosure. Okay. First is for all entities, irrespective of related party transaction. Means this need to be disclosed even though there is no related party transaction. Correct? Understood? The relationship between parent and its subsidiaries shall be disclosed irrespective of what? Related party transaction. Even though no transaction, disclose how many parent you have, how many subsidiary you have. Parent include ultimate parent company also. Huh? How many parent? So parent ka parent is also what parent. Understood? So name, what we should disclose? Name of his parent and ultimate controlling party. When I say party, party can be person or entity. Means party include Ram, also include Ram Limited. Correct? So name of his parent and name of his ultimate controlling party need to be disclosed. Then, if neither of his parent nor ultimate controlling party prepare what? Sorry? Jadu? If neither of his parent nor ultimate controlling party previous CFS, then we should disclose the next most senior party name. Next most senior party name who prepare what? CFS. Expected question in exam. Means from disclosure, if they will ask, I think this is a beautiful question they may ask. Understood? A question can be created. However, in SM we have a question of this nature. For example, Mr. Ram control Ram Limited, Ram Limited control Sita Limited, Sita Limited control Hanuman Limited. Correct? And Hanuman Limited is a reporting entity. So for Hanuman Limited, what we need to disclose? Name of parent company, batao who is parent company? Sita. Name of ultimate controlling party? Ram. And Ram to will never prepare CFS. Whether Ram will prepare CFS? No CFS. And suppose Sita Limited is also exempted. Suppose Sita Limited is also exempted from CFS. There are some entity who are exempted from preparing CFS. So suppose Sita Limited is also exempted from preparing CFS. Then they need to disclose the name of next most senior party who prepares CFS. That is in this example what? RAM Limited. Understood? So these disclosures are required. Next most means immediately the senior party. Immediate senior party who prepare what? CFS. Correct? Yes. Then disclosure of KMP compensation will disclose that you can do it. Then disclosure of related party transaction as per para 18. So for related party transaction, what need to be disclosed? Nature of relationship, nature of transaction, amount of transaction, amount of outstanding balance, any provision for doubtful debt against such outstanding balance need to be disclosed, or any bad debt related to amount outstanding which has been recognized in PL need to be disclosed. So these are the points which are to be disclosed for a related party transaction that you need to do rectification. Correct? Understood? Okay. Then circumstances under which disclosure of para 18 means this para 18 is not required. Means they have said that there are some relationship where disclosure of para 18 is not required. Means they are related party but disclosure is not required. So there are two types. Related party transaction with government that has control or joint control or significant influence over reporting entity. For example, government control or joint control or has significant influence over X Limited. So they are related party. But any transaction between them, disclosure not required, which is required under para 18. Correct? Means these disclosures are not required. This disclosure is required. Huh? This disclosure is required. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Yes, sir. Okay. Then point number B. Related party transaction with another entity that is related party because the same government control, joint control or has significant influence over both reporting entity and that other entity. Means one government, it can be state government, central government, control or joint control or has significant influence, control or joint control or has significant influence over two entities, X Limited, Y Limited. So these are related party. These are known as state-owned entity. These are known as state-owned entities, state-owned enterprise. So any transaction between them are also exempted to be disclosed. Understood? However, few disclosures are required. What? Name of the government who is doing fraud disclose? Of course, they are doing manipulation. Huh? Why exempted? Because government is involved. Government will do all types of fraud. Correct? इसलिए बोला छोड़ दे इनको. They will do bound to happen. Correct ना? The name of government disclosed so that public can understand this is the government. ठीक है? Nature relationship and only nature and amount of significant transactions need to be disclosed. Means not all transaction. Now what is significant, that is not defined. So significant transaction required to disclose. Then disclosures are not required when disclosures are in conflict of entities' duty of confidentiality. Have you understood this point? Such disclosures are not required if disclosures are conflict in entities' duties of confidentiality. For example, there is one bank and there has one KMP. So KMP might open saving account. This is Mr. X, director of the bank. Correct now. They will open saving account, FD account, any other account. So this is the KMP is the customer of bank. Understood? Now the question arises whether this transaction should be disclosed. Well, no. This transaction is in the nature of business only. then so everything will be disclosed about Mr. this KMB. But this is against the duty of confidentiality of bank. Therefore, this disclosure are not supposed to be given. Any remuneration paid to KMB? Require disclosure. Require disclosure. Correct? Understood? An intra-company transaction within group is not required to be disclosed in CFS because that has been eliminated. Are you getting? So can I say any transaction between parent and subsidiaries in CFS that will be eliminated? So if that is already eliminated, so that are not supposed to be disclosed in CFS. Means that should be disclosed in SFS, but that are not supposed to be disclosed in CFS. Understood? This covered India's 24. All points I have covered. There are some questions you can practice because that are related to this concept only. Understood? We have understood. So we have completed India's 24 also. Correct? Now we'll start financial instrument chapter. Financial instrument chapter will start. Oh, I have not brought financial instrument chapter. So can I do in the later part? In the second half we'll do. Okay. By mistake I have not brought. Okay. So we'll do in second half financial instrument. Okay. So what need to be done? 105 to done. 105. If I will start 115, then I can't start 109. In second half, I will do 11, 109 and 32. Chalo, I will do 40 and 41. 20 minute discussion. 40 and 41. India's 40, I am getting one question. That question is going to come. Two questions are there. India's 40. Let us start with India's 40. Now, investment property. Property means what? Property means land, building, or land and building, or part of building. These are property. Means gold is not property. Yeah? Correct? We can say we have a property of 1000 crore gold in layman words, but as per India's party, gold is not property. Property means what? Land or building or land and building. Correct? Understood? So meaning investment property is a property. Means all properties are not investment property. Some properties can be property, plant and equipment. Some property can be inventory also. Correct? So investment property is property which is held by either owner or which is held by lessee under finance lease. So either it is owned asset or it is what leased asset under finance lease. Correct? Understood this point? So held by either owner or lessee under finance lease for two purposes. either for earning rental income or for capital appreciation or for both. Or for both. Sometimes what happens, we purchase land and we keep it idle. Means what is the intention that in future the price will increase and we'll sell it. So that is for capital appreciation. Correct? So that is also our investment property. Sometimes we purchase gold. Gold is also kept so that price will increase. But for gold, Ind AS 40 is not applicable. So which Ind AS for gold? $16. बता 16. अरे I am not saying wives jewelry. Yeah? Gold is kept whether used for production, or for providing goods and services, for rental to other. Gold you will give in rent. ले use कर मजा आ रहा है. Huh? That has been purchased for capital appreciation only. Which Ind AS? बोलो. Financial instrument. Means gold is a financial asset. You are saying gold is a financial asset. No, gold is not a financial asset. Means no specific Ind AS. For gold, there is no specific Ind AS. So, sir, for gold, what will do? For that, we need to go to Ind AS 8. Ind AS 8 has given some guidance for those transactions for which there is no Ind AS. So, Ind AS 8 is also important. If suppose in exam they ask you what is the journal entry of what? Gold, and what is the recognition criteria of gold, so what you'll do? So means every point is, every Ind AS are important. Every Ind AS are important. If you do all Ind AS, then you become master in what? Chartered accountancy. Correct now? Okay? Chalo. That will do both. One thing I am saying, that gold for capital appreciation is not covered directly where? Under Ind AS 40, because property means only land and building. Now let us take some example. You will say which Ind AS, whether 16, 2 or 40. Means I have taken property only, but either it will be inventory or property, plant and equipment or investment property. Correct? But land held for capital appreciation. 40. Land held for in the ordinary course of business. 2. Land whose current use is not determined. Whose current use has not been determined. Means you purchase land but you don't know for what purpose. Batao. Huh? 40. It will be deemed to be held for capital appreciation. It will be deemed to be held for capital appreciation. Agriculture land. Agriculture land. Huh? Huh? 41. Are Baba 16. Agriculture is one business. It is held for production of agriculture produce. The definition also you are not understanding. Whether it is for earning rental income, agriculture land, for capital appreciation. So how can you say 40? 41 is for biological asset, right? Whether land is a biological asset. कैसे कैसे कुछ भी बोल देते हो. 60 ना. 16. You know, in GFRS is one paper. They have asked the same question for 5 marks in GFRS. If you know Ind AS now, GFRS is lollipop. But why I am not teaching GFRS now? Because no one is opting for GFRS. Once I announced, only 2% came. I said, bye bye, बाद में करेंगे. 2 student को कैसे पढ़ा सकता हूँ? No one is opting in GFRS. Why you know? Why no one is opting GFRS? What is the reason? Now, why no? अच्छा, there एक बात थोड़ा समझते हैं. Elective paper. What are the elective paper? One is international taxation. Then economic law, or what is there? Capital market ना. उसके risk management. Then GFRS. Then one more is there. रिस्क मैनेजमेंट लिख दिया ना. मल्टी रिस्क मैनेजमेंट. अरे बाप रे बाप, छोड़ दे जो भी है. आई हैव नेवर इंटर इनटू. आई नो ओनली GFRS. How many opted for international taxation? I'm just asking. Chalo, two. How many opted for economic law? I know, I know. I know. Maximum here. How many in capital market? चलो थोड़ा तो है. How many risk management? रिस्क है पहले नाम में रिस्क है छोड़ बाबा. रिस्क है रिस्क. नो बाबा नो. How many GFRS? No. Understood. GFRS also no. How much? This is what जो भी है. Multiple whatever is there. No. अच्छा, those who have opted for economic law, whatever is the name, can you give me why you have opted? Marks. It means marks means just try to understand. Even though you don't like law subject, you are thinking about what? Marks. Can I say kahin na kahin we are not inclined to our career? We are inclined to only to become CA. Pass ho jaye baba. But I will say this is wrong. This is wrong. This is 100% wrong. And why? In interview, if you have opted for economic law, they will ask question from economic law. And if they start asking question practically, and then they will ask why you have opted for this, you said marks, they will say bye-bye. They will say bye-bye. They will ask why you have not opted for GFRS? Sir, because difficult. So why you become CA? If this type of answer you will give, so they will never select you. This is what, thoda sa, I will say, we are playing with our career. And why you are not opting GFRS, you know, because FR is difficult. So GFRS. And believe me, if FR you understood, so GFRS only 10% is of India's. Only 10% you study. But chalo theek hai, you opt for economic law only. I will not trouble you. Opt for economic law, pass exam and become CA as soon as possible. Because the main objective is that. Main objective is that. ठीक है? चलो, agricultural land 16, building owned and leased out under operating lease. Owned and leased out under operating lease. Huh? 40. Because earning for rental income. Earning for rental income. ठीक है? Building owned and leased out under finance lease. बताओ. Building owned and leased out under finance lease. Building owned and leased out under finance lease. Bolo. I will say it is not an asset now. This property has been deleted from balance sheet. We have leased out under finance lease. Means this is not our property. It become a property of what? Lessee. For lease receivable will apply Ind AS 17 or Ind AS 116 coming soon in your life. For your item Ind AS 17. But we are not doing we are talking about property. So it is no more my property. It become property of what? Lessee now. Understood? Then building taken on finance lease. Building taken on finance lease and sublease on operating lease. 40. Very good. Earning for rental income. Building taken on finance lease and subleased under finance lease. Not an asset. No, it is not an asset. Understood? It's not our property now. We have taken on finance lease, sublease under finance lease, means 1 second it is de-recognized. De-recognized. Correct. Building which is vacant. 40. Deemed to be for capital appreciation. Correct. Property which is being constructed for future use as investment property. Means still not constructed. It is under construction. But which Ind AS? 40. It will be 40. Because for use as investment property. Building held for sale in the ordinary course of business. 2. Owner occupied property. When I say owner occupied property, it means either for production or for service or for admin purpose or some other business purpose. The owner occupied property means I am occupying for my business. It means 16. Okay. Property constructed on behalf of third party. Property constructed on behalf of third party. Not an asset. It is not our asset only. Are you agreeing? This is construction contract. Are you able to understand? Haan. It can be WIP and Ind AS 115. No, it is Ind AS 115. If property under construction, this is one type our inventory, but will not apply Ind AS 2. This will be Ind AS 115. Correct. Property occupied by employee means we have given to employee on concessional rent. Means we give now to employee. So property occupied by employee and given on concessional rent. Batao. 16, not 40, because this is for business only. We have given to our employee. Even though rent, but that is concessional rent. So there is no intention to earn rental income. Correct? Understood? IP classified as held for sale. 105. 105. I think you have understood. Correct? Yes, sir. Then there are three special cases. From this question can be asked. Three special cases from which question can be asked. Dual use property means a property which is used for two or more than two purposes. A property which is used for two or more than two purposes. Correct? Means suppose this is one property and 60% is owner occupied property and 40% is given on rent. The question arises, will apply 40, will apply Ind AS 16 or we apply separate? So what they are saying, if this portion means this portion and this portion, there are two portions, can be sold or can be given on lease under finance lease or can be leased out under finance lease separately. Means can be sold separately, can be leased out under finance lease separately. Means there are two different components. Then apply different Ind AS. Understood? Means yes, it can be separated, it can be sold separately, it can be given on finance lease separately. Then two parts will be accounted separately. Means for this apply 16, for this apply 40. If it can be separated. If it can be separated. Correct? Understood what I am saying? So you need to understand whether this part can be sold separately, whether this part can be leased out under finance lease separately. Then these are two separate parts. Then apply different days. But can I say, suppose this is one ground floor only, so can we sell separately? In most of the cases, no. For example, this part, this is one classroom. What happened? This portion I am using for my office place and that I have given on rent. So it might happen this cannot be sold separately. Now how can I sell this separately? It can be also, but if it cannot be sold separately, then we cannot separate it. Then which Ind AS will apply? So they have given what? If an insignificant portion is held as OP, means if owner occupied portion is insignificant. If owner occupied portion is insignificant, then apply 40. If owner occupied portion is not insignificant, means what is the wording? Just try to understand. If owner occupied portion is insignificant, then apply 40. If owner occupied portion is not insignificant, then apply 16. Then apply 16. Are you able to understand? Means you will say, what is the case? I'll give you 3 examples. Apply judgment. Judgment. 10% owner occupied property and 90% of rent, but of which Ind AS? To entire property. To entire property 40. Okay. Understood? 60% owner occupied property, 40% rent. बताओ. This is what? Ind AS 16. In this there is no doubt. Doubt will come here. But doubt. 40% what? Owner occupied property. No, 50-50 I'm not saying. इसमें doubt है. 60% rent. बताओ which Ind AS? 40 की 16. What? 40 16. It is 16. This is not insignificant. Huh? 40% is insignificant. It is not insignificant. Less than 50% does not mean insignificant. Then if you are getting 44 marks, significant or insignificant? Significant marks, Baba, you passed. Are you getting what I am saying? Are you able to understand? So this is not insignificant. Therefore, apply 16. The word is what? If the owner occupied property is insignificant, then what? IEP. If थोड़ा change करेंगे. This wording you change. If owner, right, change it. If owner occupied portion is not insignificant, change it. In this part right now, if owner occupied portion is not insignificant, then apply Ind AS 16 only. So 40% is not insignificant. 40% is not insignificant. Correct? Are you able to understand? Correct? Understood? So what is insignificant? That is a matter of judgment. Not 20% is insignificant or not insignificant. That is a matter of judgment. So whenever doubt, apply your common sense practically, but in exam that type of question will not arise. But 40% I will say it is not insignificant. 20% में doubt आएगा. बोलो yes or no? If that 20% doubt आएगा, whether it is significant or insignificant, correct? So this type of question will not be asked. But this question has been given in as an example in SM only. This question has been given as an example in SM. Okay? Yes, sir. We understood. Ancillary services. Sometimes what happens? Ki property is given on rent with ancillary services. For example, one doubt is come ki suppose I am now right now staying in a hotel. So I am paying rent only now there. That is rent I am paying for 6-7 days. So that hotel property is 16 ki 40. Doubt is there. Are you getting what I am saying? Ki I am staying in a hotel. I am staying in a hotel. I am paying rent there. And they are charging rent only. But they are providing me many other services also. They are providing many other services. Whatever services I will not say, but they are providing many other services also. Correct now? Means not only property they are giving me, but they might provide gym services, spa services, many plana services. Are you getting many other services? Are you getting what I am saying? So whether it will be 16 ki 40, what they are saying, if ancillary services are not insignificant, means they are providing significant ancillary services, then it is their business and apply Ind AS 16. Means this hotel, they are not providing only for rent purpose, they are doing their business. So it means that property is what? Ind AS 16 property. Correct? But if ancillary services are insignificant, normally suppose I have given on rent one property with, and I am also providing maintenance services and security services. These are insignificant services. For each property I will provide. Well, these are insignificant services. Apply what? 40. Apply 40. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Then property lease within group entity. Property lease to group entity. Understood? मीन्स प्रॉपर्टी लीज विद इन ग्रुप, ठीक है ना. तो इफ इट इज ओन्ड बाय पेरेंट एंड लीज टू व्हाट subsidiary or vice versa, means it can be parent to subsidiary or subsidiary to parent or from one subsidiary to another subsidiary. Understood? Within group. तो बोला इन इंडिविजुअल फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट और सेपरेट फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है. अप्लाई Ind AS 40 if it meet the definition criteria. But in consolidated financial statement, apply Ind AS 16 if it is held within group. Have you understood this point? If it is held within group, for example, a simple example. Parent given on operating lease to subsidiary S1 and subsidiary 1 has given on operating lease to what? Subsidiary 2. ठीक है, understood? बताओ. For the separate financial statement of parent, which Ind AS? 40. Correct? अच्छा, this तो I have said wrong, sorry. Operating lease है. This only. Operating lease, huh? And for this in their statement, which Ind AS for property? It is not a property. Not a property. ठीक है. And in CFS of parent entity, this building is used within group for the business only. Means this subsidiary company is using for business purpose. Correct now? Therefore, apply what? Ind AS 16. Ind AS 16. Correct? One more example so that it become clear. Now, parent, subsidiary 1, subsidiary 2, and there is one X Limited outsider. X Limited outsider. There was one property of S1, means land and building, I'm writing, which is given under finance lease to what? Subsidiary 2. And which is given on operating lease to what? X Limited. It can be given now. Correct? Interesting question I have done. Batao. In individual financial statement or separate financial statement, whatever. For parent, we use separate financial statement. For subsidiary and other entity, we use what? Individual financial statement. That you know. Means separate financial statement is prepared by parent entity. ठीक है ना? बताओ. It is not a property. For S1, not a property. For S2, property. Which Ind AS? 40. For X Limited, it is not a property. ठीक है. बताओ. In CFS तो CFS will be prepared by whom? Parent entity. But in CFS, which Ind AS? No, it is not held within group. It is given to X Limited for earning rental income. फंस गए ना? You have not understood my emotions. You have not understood my emotions now. Whether it is held within group, it is held outside group, and for earning rental income means here also 40. थोड़ा समझो यार what I am saying. Means reading will not do. You have read it and you think you have understood. Actually, you have not understood. Means actually this Ind AS 40, how much time I take in class, you know? How many hours I take in actual class? No, itna bhi nahi. I take 4 to 5 hours in class. Means abhi to I am just going on speed from examination point of view. But I will deal with full. Everything I will say in class. Correct? Means, of course, the knowledge required. A good question can hit you at any time. We'll do one question. Right now, you'll understand the quality of question from exam point of view. And that is an RTP question, not my question. Correct? I think now you can do it. One more example I'll give. You'll do by your own. Pakka. Chalo. I am creating good question. Huh? Parent S1, S2, X limited. This was land and building of S1 given on finance lease. Now, for this, 50% was used as owner occupied property and 50% was given on operating lease to X Limited. And this can be, the portion can be separated. Understood this point? Means this is dual use property and it can be separated. If it can be separated, they will apply different Indias. Good question, na? Means they don't give me to create a question. If they give me a chance, na, then I will create good questions. They will not ask us to create. चलो ठीक है ना बताओ अंडरस्टूड चलो पहले बताओ इन इंडिविजुअल फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट और एसएफएस फॉर पेरेंट नो फॉर S1 not a property given on finance lease for S2 50% is what first 50% is what 16 and second 50% is what 40 for X limited not a property ठीक है in CFS बताओ in CFS this too will not come only for parent entity बताओ 50% is what 16 and balance 50% is what 40 now understood. So 50% is held within group and 50% is held outside group. Means that is given on rent, given on operating lease, earning rental income. So it meets the definition of investment property. But balance owner occupied portion is used by group only. Therefore that is Ind AS 16. Interesting question. Correct? Understood. Now understood. Now understood. Now understood. Chalo. Okay. Now recognition measurement is very simple. I will say similar to Ind AS 16. Can you read by room? Recognition criteria. It is probable that future economic benefit will flow to the entity from the use of the asset or cost can be measured reliably. Okay. Measurement at cost. Cost means what? Purchase price directly attributable expense. There we have done. Understood? Acquired at deferred credit. We have done whenever payment is deferred beyond normal credit period. Same point we have done. So it will be what? Present value of all future payment. Interest will be recognized as an expense over the period of credit. Unless covered under Ind AS 23. Similar point we have done under Ind AS 16. Similar to Ind AS 16. Correct? Then acquired under finance. So if you have done Ind AS 17, they say recognize at investment property at lower of what? If you have done Ind AS 17, initial fair value or what? Present value of minimum lease payment from the standpoint of lessee, whichever is lower. Similar. Okay. IP acquired through exchange, already we have done under Ind AS 16, monetary and non-monetary. So cost price of IP will be fair value of asset given up plus minus cash adjustment or fair value of asset received, whichever is clearly evident. First preference you will give to what? Asset given up. If fair value is not measurable reliably or exchange transaction lacks commercial substance, then it will be equal to carrying amount of asset given up plus minus cash adjustment. Similar to Ind AS 16. No experience required. Subsequent recognition, they say only cost model. Revaluation model is not permitted for investment property. Why? I also don't know. Means it is actually, I will say, not justified. Investment property, no revaluation model. Why? You are holding it for capital appreciation and you are saying no revaluation model. But For PP, you are saying revaluation model. For investment property, which is an investment, you are saying no revaluation model. मजाक करते हो. It is bakwas. Pakka, someday the amendment is going to come. Revaluation model will be permitted. But till now, no revaluation model. Internationally, they allow a revaluation model. Means IS 40 say both model, cost model and revaluation model. I don't understand what happened in India. Arguing, so it is, I will say, not justified. But till any amendment, what you will do? Only which model? As per India 16. Means whatever you have done cost model, where? That you apply. Means depreciation as per India 16, impairment as per India 36. Means whatever you have done for PP, apply यहाँ पर. Understood? To cost model, not cost model, not, and cost model will be as per India 16. Over. Correct? Understood? Transfer. Transfer means reclassification. Means investment property reclassified to owner occupied property. Owner occupied property reclassified to investment property. Investment property reclassified to inventory. This is inventory, huh? I don't inventory. Inventory reclassified to investment property. In one word, reclassification will be done at cost price. At carrying amount. And that carrying amount will become cost price for the reclassified asset. Simple word. Reclassification is always done prospectively. Prospectively, not retrospectively. So reclassification will be done at carrying amount. At carrying amount. Not at fair value. At carrying amount. Done. हो गया. Derecognition to India 16. On disposal or when future economic benefit, there is no future economic benefit from its disposal. Done. Okay. You want to see the level of question? If you have done, okay, but answer given in suggested answer is wrong. So we need to correct it. I don't know whether I have corrected or not. What is the page number? 24. There are 3 questions I have given. I will do 2 questions. 1 question you do. Question page number 24. This question. Question number 24. I'm expecting this question. Question number 24. Suggested answer given by ICI is wrong. X Limited is engaged in the construction industry. Construction industry. First thing, in exam, new question, start writing while reading the question. So now you also inculcate that habit. I am writing, you also write. Or I will say you read and you understand. I am giving you 2 minutes, read by your own and understand by your own. Let's see whether you can do by your own or not. If you can do it by your own, means very good. Then you don't require my help now. Okay. So I am giving you 2 minutes, read it, and 3 minutes for answer, 5 minutes. Means don't write answer, only conclusion. 5 minutes I have given. Done? Done? Understood? Cannot understood? Understood? Got the answer? Huh? So let's see what you understood, what need to be understood. If my understanding, your understanding match, okay? ठीक है चलो X Limited is engaged in the construction industry and prepares financial statement up to 31st March each year. On 1st April 2013, what happened? X Limited purchased a large property consisting of land for rupees 2 crore. So they purchased one land for how much per crore? 2 crore. And immediately began to lease the property to Y Limited on operating lease. Means this is investment property. Ind AS 40 is applicable, correct? Yes. On 31st March 2017, means this is 31st March 2014, this is 31st March 2015, this is 31st March 2016, this is 31st March 2017. What happened under this year? Let's see. On 31st March 2017, the fair value of property was 2 crore 60 lakh. So fair value is equal to 2.6 crore. Under terms of lease, Y Limited was able to cancel the lease by giving 6-month notice in writing to X Limited. Y Limited gave the notice on 31st March 2017 and vacated the property on 30th September 2017. So on 30th September 2017, the property was vacated. The property was vacated, correct? On 30th September 2017, the fair value of property was 2.9 crore. 2.9 crore. On 1st October, means immediately next day, on 1st October, X Limited immediately began to convert the property into 10 separate flats of equal size which X Limited intend to sell in the ordinary course of his business. It means now this property become what? Become inventory. Become inventory. Immediately next day, okay sir. Yes sir. X Limited spent a total cost of 60 lakh on this conversion between 30th September 2017 and 31st March 2018. So this is 31st March 2018. This is 1 year. So during this period, what is the construction cost? Construction cost is how much? 60 lakh, correct? The property was incomplete at 31st March 2018. Means this is WIP bole ya suno, work in progress. And directors of X Limited estimated they need to spend a further cost of 40 lakh to complete the project. Means this is cost to complete. Cost to complete is 40 lakh. After which each flat could be sold for 50 lakh. Means what is NRB? Means what is the sale price? Sale price is equal to 50 lakh into 10. 50 lakh into 10. Examine and show how the three events would be reported in the financial statement of X Limited for the year ended 31st March 2018. Means they want this year information. What will happen as per Ind AS? Correct. First thing. Can I say cost price is 2 crore? Can I say this information is bakwas? This information is bakwas. Correct. Means can I say on this date also carrying amount will be equal to 2 crore and at this time also carrying amount will be equal to 2 crore. And reclassification was done on what? 30th September and reclassification will be done at carrying amount means on this date inventory the cost price will be equal to 2 crore only. Correct. But this is WIP. WIP will measure at what? Cost price or NRB whichever is lower, correct? So cost price become 2 crore plus 60 lakh. How much? 2.6 lakh. We need to find out NRB. NRB of WIP means we need to apply Ind AS 2. Ind AS 2, correct? What is the NRB? NRB means what? NRB means sale price of finished product. Remember? So that is 50 into 10 lakh means how much? 5 crore. Correct. Minus selling expense that is not given. minus cost to complete. Remember, cost to complete is how much? 40 lakh. That become how much? 4.6 lakh. Whichever is lower. What is lower? 2.6 is lower. Therefore, inventory will come. Inventory means WIP of this inventory will come at what? 2.6 crore. Correct? One more point. Can I say up to this rental income is what? What is the rental income? I forgot. How much? 20 lakh per annum now. So it means 10 lakh will be rental income which will be recognized in SOPL. 6-month rental income. This is good question. Why? Those who have forgotten any one point in exam, they will not able to write. They will be confused with fair value only. And they will transfer to OCI. Maja aa raha hai. Means it might be easy in classroom because right now we have done under Ind AS 40. Right now we have done. And it is mix of what Ind AS 2. If you have forgotten this, you are not able to write. Good question. Very good question. So in exam, you just try to understand. They will not give one particular Ind AS. They will mix with what? Other Ind AS. Correct? And there's one more question I would like to do. Question number 23, because that is also I am expecting. Question number 23. UK Limited has purchased new head office for rupees 10 crore. For rupees 10 crore. The new building has 10 floors and the organization structure of UK Limited is as follows. First floor waiting area, but the first floor will be PP or investment property. First floor waiting area 16, second floor admin, third floor HR, fourth floor accounts, fifth floor inspection, sixth floor MD office, seventh floor canteen, 8, 9, 10 vacant. Even the vacant, that will be 40 because deemed to be used for capital appreciation. But they have given some more point. Since UK Limited did not need floor number 8, 9, 10 for its business needs, it has leased out the same to a restaurant on long-term lease basis. But the long-term lease means finance lease, operating lease. Huh? No. Long-term lease does not mean finance lease. How can you say? Condition need to be satisfied now. Correct now. Question is silent, it will be operating lease. Because question has not said anything about risk and reward transferred. If risk and reward transferred, then it become what? Can I say 5 year also can be long term? 10 year can be also long term? 15 year can be also long term? But ho sakta hai useful life is 60 year. So you can't say long term lease become what? Finance lease. Dhoka, If question is silent, that will be always what? Operating lease. Understood why I am doing this question? Because most of the students will say finance lease much. Correct? It is operating lease. The terms of lease, they have given, you will understand with that. The terms of lease agreement are as follow. 10-year lease agreement 5 year, non-cancelable period 3 year, lease rental annual lease rental receivable from this floor is 10 lakh per floor with escalation of 5% every year. Based on the certificate from the architect, UK Limited has estimated the cost of 3 floors as approximately rupees 3 crore. Means this cost, the total cost is what? 10 crore. Out of 10 crore, 8, 9, what? 3 crore. Means balance same 7 crore is for what? Remaining portion, the remaining cost 7 crore can be allocated 25% towards land and 75% towards building. Means this is property, plant and equipment. In this property, plant and equipment, building is how much? How much percentage? 75%. And how much percent? 25%. Means this 7 crore will be allocated in this ratio. But for this Ind AS 16 will be applicable. Correct? And for this Ind AS 40 will be applicable. As on 31st March 2018, UK Limited obtained a valuation report from an independent valuer who has estimated fair value at rupees 15 crore. So this 15 crore will be also allocated in this ratio, as fair value will be allocated in this ratio. UK Limited wishes to use cost model for measuring PP. So for PP they want cost model. So for this is not relevant. Understood? And fair value model for measuring investment property. Whether they can do. So you will say accountant is nalayak. Will opt for what? Cost model only. Means this fair value also given is not relevant. Understood? Correct? What is good point? UK Limited depreciate a building over an estimated useful life of 50 years with no estimate residual value. Advice accounting treatment. Now you can understand the answer. Jabardast question in exam hall, not in classroom. Classroom every question will be easy. But in exam hall, same question will be interesting. One mistake, how much marks we don't know. Correct? Understood? So it means one thing is clear. If you understood concept, you can do it. Practice required, but first the clarification of concept is required. Two good question I have done. One more good question is also there. Question number 25 that you can read and understand. That you can read and understand. अरे time over. ठीक है? Understood? So we have done India's 40 also. For right now this much only. We'll meet in the next session. We'll start financial instrument chapter. Let's see how much I can complete in second half. Okay? But financial instrument chapter, I will do totally from examination point of view. Totally. Puri exam point of view. No extra discussion. Okay? Here to thoda extra discussion I am doing. But there I will do from examination point of view. Okay? So don't blame me if some other question is coming. Okay? Correct? Thank you very much. Totally no possible nahi hai. I take 11 class financial instrument. Then other I can't do na. अरे